Jon Jones news has me very upset.
Yeah, now it's getting us all upset because you're shitting yourself.
By the time people hear this, we pre-tape a day before. There may be other statements that come out by the time you hear this. So we have to say that because you may hear it and we sound like outdated idiots. Like, what do these guys do? You can only tape a podcast a day in advance.
Day late, dollars in, but listen, it's fucking crazy news. Chris, the producer, I can't just say Chris, it sounds weird at this point.
Yes.
What did you find out about this so-called steroid?
Yeah, so according to TMZ, he tested positive for a steroid called turinabol, and it's typically an oral steroid. It has a 6-week detectable cycle, whatever you want to call it. Like, you could find it in the system for 6 weeks. And he failed an in-competition test, which means...
At the weigh-ins, right?
Hold on.
It's sometime between the weigh-in and when the fight is. It's the 12 hours preceding the fight.
Let me ask... All right, you just said a fancy word. What does that mean? What does that do?
Weigh-in is what they do when the fight...
I understand. I understand, Jimmy. I did those weigh-ins. But,
so if you take...
motherfucker, the steroid itself, what does the steroid do?
Oh, turinabol.
Yeah, turinabol. Everybody should know that.
I know what it is. I take it.
What is it, Jimmy? Oh.
Makes you impotent, apparently.
Well, do you know what it does?
I do know it's good for repair and for injury recovery. I know that.
What is it?
It allows for more free testosterone. Basically, what you would do, like, I'm not an expert on it, but I was reading it that you would stack it typically with another type of anabolic steroid because it provides, like Jimmy said, a lot of recovery, and
fast recovery, and they said it makes you stronger, not necessarily bigger.
Leaner,
well, listen,
right.
It makes you. You're saying strong, so it makes you more powerful.
Right.
So when he's throwing a kick, it's going to be more powerful than if he's not on this shit. But possibly, right?
The question is, would he be crazy enough, because it's got a 4 to 6 week ramp up? It wouldn't be like he would take it the day of, because it wouldn't do you any good.
It would do nothing to take it.
I don't care when he took it.
No, but that's why it doesn't make sense that he would take it.
Well, let's.
Right, because but let me say, because that's why, like, the detectable, it's detectable for 6 weeks. So if he didn't fail...
Or the oral gets out of your system faster, I've been told, than the injected.
Okay, but even if it's 2 weeks, whatever, if he didn't fail another drug test within 2-3 weeks before the fight, if that's the only test he failed, why would he take a steroid 12 hours before the fight when that's going to do absolutely
nothing?
And
he knows he's going to be tested. He knows. I heard he been tested like 7 times this year already.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah, he's
like, what? He's not that stupid. He couldn't be that stupid.
There's people listen to people. I mean, you can't. I mean. Obviously they stripped him of the title. Right?
No, he's not been stripped.
He's not officially. No, they're waiting until they go through the B sample and all that stuff.
All right, you wanna? We didn't hear from him yet. Well, at least we didn't.
I hear he's devastated. Yeah.
So, what you heard? That's what you heard. He's devastated.
He's devastated. Yeah.
What devastated that he got busted, or
just that this whole? I mean, he's not going to say that. But with devastated, I know someone on his team, one of his trainers, I think, was saying that this whole thing is a setup. I don't believe it's a setup.
By who? USADA?
Or I don't. Here's what this is going to sound crazy.
It's an independent company, the USADA.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think that's what they're alluding to. I think maybe he's just implying that somebody put something where it shouldn't have been. Well, who knows?
Is it possible? And maybe I'm just a big Jon Jones whore. This microphone smells weird.
Maybe it's your fucking ass.
No, my ass smells good.
You want to switch it?
No.
All right.
Is it possible?
Talk to me.
Only because it doesn't make sense that he would take this right before the fight. Is it possible that somebody could put a pill in your drink? I would not say that about any other circumstance other than the fact it seems too crazy under the scrutiny he's under. And I know I'm probably wrong, but it sounds insane to take it the day of the fight. Or what do you think? Maybe someone told me he wouldn't get busted and he did?
I don't. We can sit here and assume all day long. It's so weird. But if it is true, let's say it is true.
Yeah.
We can say it's not true all day long, and we don't know. We're going to find out. But if it is true that he took a performance enhancing drug, to help him in this fight, and the way that fight ended, if he is guilty, I don't think this guy should ever fight again. I think it's assault is what I think it is. I think it's criminal is what I think it is. He hit him with that. When you're going in there now, especially you're doing it by the. I mean, listen, I never took anything. I always competed, by the rules. As far as I never did anything. Now, if somebody did something that I fought, and who knows if they did back when in the day. If I found out they did and I got hurt in that fight, like look at DC, man, that fight all the memes that were made, and he's crying, and he's stumbling around a thing. He almost got decapitated. If this turns out to be true and he's guilty, man, I don't mean that guy could. I don't. There's no. And they're saying, it could be the end of his career. There's a 4 year.
It should be the end of his career.
It should be. I don't think the guy should ever. If he's guilty, he should not be able to fight again, and it should be criminal, man. I mean, in a sense where it's like assault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's unfair. It's fucking unfair. You're doing bodily harm to somebody, and it's not a level playing field.
And I'm not saying that I'm such a naive idiot that I think somebody spiked it. I'm only saying that because of the way this thing seems to work, and it literally makes no sense to me how a guy coming back from this under the scrutiny he's under could be so stupid as to do. Like I can't comprehend someone being that. I'm not saying they couldn't be, but you know what I mean. It's hard for me to wrap my head around anyone being that way.
We also don't know what amount is in his system. You know what I mean? If it's like he popped a pill and that's what it is, or if it's a trace amount. That's the thing. We really don't know. It could be another case of a contaminated
I know
supplement. Who knows?
That's a stretch. So how many times these guys?
It's just weird to me that it is that 12-hour window. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever happened, it would.
Well, how long before that was he tested? Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was 2 weeks before and he hadn't been tested.
Well, no, but it's in competition, so it has to be 12 hours before the fight. That's
but if it's still in his system and they test him 12 hours before it shows up in competition.
Right.
Maybe he took it 2 weeks before, thinking he could cycle out of it or be out of it, and then all of a sudden a trace amount remained that he didn't know would remain.
Possible, yeah. I don't know the time, but I don't know when he was tested before that. So.
How can these guys avoid tests?
Well, they can't really.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, man, listen. It's really hard to really like let loose on it until we know.
Yeah.
Know what's up, man. I want to hear what he has to say. What is he going to say about this?
I don't want to believe it. If it's true, it's obviously a huge betrayal of anybody who really believed in Jones. And we defended him on the show, and I've defended him on my other radio show, and I like the guy. There was things he's a flawed person. But I didn't see him as a steroid cheat. And a buddy of mine works out there, and he told me that a long time ago. He's like, he just doesn't have a reputation. This when it first happened, he's like, he does not have that reputation. So that's why you kind of just don't want it to be true that a guy is actively cheating. That a dick pill is one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
This is another.
I read a quote by him saying, after the first fight, he was saying that what was DC saying? Like Jones was basically saying that you're saying I won the first fight because of steroids or something. What are you going to say after this? What's your excuse after this fight? So now this shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
That's what. It's like it doesnn't make sense that he after It's like it's. I can't describe why it doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. What? It doesn't. It's like
that
literally
somebody got caught cheating.
No. But that, of course,
you're saying the circumstances.
The circumstances, not that he's above cheating, but literally with everybody watching you, everybody talking about this, you're coming back from this, you're being tested. You know they're gonna fucking test you. Right. To still do it is you're better off just losing the fight.
People have a way of trying to get around. I mean, let's think about this for a second. How long was Jon Jones? How long has USADA been involved? That John's been fighting and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, how long has USADA been involved with the UFC? And then look at how many times did Jon Jones fight after they've been involved.
Right. Well, it's got to be, it kind of came into place after GSP retired. So whatever. But so I'm just trying to.
Let's see if we get that.
That's 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years or so.
And see how many, and tell me how many times Jon Jones fought after USADA's been implemented into the UFC.
Matt made this point to me last night, and I just know where he's going. It's a very strong point.
Well, let's see what's
It's a strong point, though.
Well, let's say, okay, so he fought against Glover Teixeira in April 2014. Then he fought in January 2015, April 2016, and July 2017. So let's say 4 fights.
He fought that when it was?
Yeah.
You sure?
When did USADA start?
When did USADA start exactly? Do you know?
Well, but he was going back 2014.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
I'm just guessing, but let's see exactly when USADA started.
Well, if you start assuming, you know what that means.
Yeah. Wait, what?
You make it I don't know. You maybe do that? You're so funny, Jimmy.
It launched in June 2015
Oh, this is
so John has fought 3 times then under
not including Cormier.
Including
not including before this.
So twice before this then.
The
first Cormier fight in 2015, January 3rd, 2015. Oh no, it would be So he's only fought once. The open
OSP.
St. Preux fight.
Fucking Matt Serra got
What
Matt
did we say
fucking
last night?
Serra on the phone last night said to me after we were done doing what we were doing. We were talking dirty. He said to me, "This might have something to do with the fact if he's doing it that USADA was not around for all this time, and the only fight he's had was OSP, and he did not fight as well." And that was Matt playing devil's advocate. You explain your point. But I'm saying Matt said this to me last night, and you just said 4, and now you're like, oh no, it was just
Yeah, it's
OSP.
actually that one
fucking
fight,
Matt
right?
Serra.
Hey, Christopher, dude. Look, I think I didn't go. Oh, okay. Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, so you always text me
Fucking
saying
Mr.
how
Assume.
he texts me a lot saying Matt's stupid. I'm like, no, he's not.
Thanks, Christopher.
No,
Listen,
that's a fantastic point.
Yeah, he made that last night. If OSP was his only fight,
So that means if he is busted for this, talk about ruining your legacy. You might not be the same guy off that shit. So let's just say I'm not that guy to attack a guy unless all the shit's out there.
Sure.
If it does turn out to be true, and you just stated the facts, Christopher, dude, actually I brought that shit up. You kind of just read some shit. Oh, he fought 4 times since USADA. Oh, my bad, only one. The fight that he didn't look good in.
I was just guessing.
All right. You said it like it was fucking fact, cocksucker.
he did.
Ah,
But you're saying that a lot of those fights, the rules may have been a bit more lax, and maybe someone said, "Look, you will not get USADA is here. You can't do this," and then he fought and didn't feel as well. I went, "Fuck it, I have to chance it."
It is a wacky coinkadink, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Let's see it. Let's see what happens if he is busted and he did take a steroid. Am I talking funny? Because I feel like I got a belch.
No.
Okay. Then it's a very, very, very interesting look on his whole career. So let's just see what's up, man.
And poor Cormier. Cormier said he's very emotional now. He's on his honeymoon. He's such a lovely guy.
He's still emotional? No, I'm only fucking around. Of course he is. But listen.
I mean, hearing this news, he doesn't know how to do it.
He's going to be still the champ is what's going to happen.
By the way, do we have his statement, what Cormier said?
Yeah, I have it over here. He says,
I guess we don't get to read it.
it's hard to find words to describe how I'm feeling right now. I'm disappointed.
We'll talk about Cormier.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I didn't mean you were reading a
that's
statement.
Cormier.
Sorry, I didn't know. Nearly room only. Jokes like that, folks.
He says, I'm disappointed to hear the news. It's very emotional.
Go ahead.
It's very emotional. We as athletes are entitled to due process, and I will refrain from saying much more until I know exactly what happened.
Yeah, he's he would remain the champ, but that's got to still weigh heavy on his mind. Even if John did do it and they reinstate Cormier, that's still got to be on his that thing. Like, oh my god.
What?
Well, he can
dude, if he cheated.
No, but the same guy I couldn't beat twice or whatever.
Well, he can't. Maybe he can't beat him because the guy's. Listen, it's hard to even. I'm talking as if he's guilty. I don't want to do that because it's. But there's a reason to be like, what the fuck? He did get, flagged and whatever. So when this thing all plays out, and if it does come to light that he did in fact cheat, DC could have been undefeated. You understand? Like, right? He only has 2 losses. And we'll never know. If he's guilty, he robbed DC of an honest assessment if he is the best ever. Because it's not fair. It's just not fucking. Not only is he younger, reach and this and that, he knows how to fight. If he's cheating, man, to this guy, people are saying, "Oh, his career, f his career, man." The guy almost the guy. What if DC would have died from that head kick?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. If he is found guilty, he should be brought up on like assault charges. That's what I think. Fuck yeah, throw the book at him. But let's see what happens.
Yeah, I don't want to say he's guilty yet.
I know.
It just makes no sense to me. But
yeah, I don't know, man.
I know that point that
Matt's OSP point is a good point.
Yeah, somebody else is gonna take credit for it.
No, that's the best point I've heard so far about the whole thing.
Yeah, and Matt made it to me.
Man. Thank you.
I like to say I was a part of it.
It's kind of like the barbershop branch thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Cormier continued, by the way. He said, in my mind, on July 29th, I competed and I lost. I thought Jon Jones was the better man that day. I don't know what to think anymore. I can't believe we're going through all of this again.
By the way, that's the difference. And again, I'm not shitting on Ronda because I like her, but that's the difference between those two. When you lose, you make a statement.
Ronda's not a very good loser.
It's okay to you know what I mean, but that's what it is. Hey, I think they were the better. Even Conor, for as much shit as Conor talks, when Nate tapped him, I saw an interview Conor did. He's like, yeah, he was the better man. He beat me.
bitter pill to swallow.
But he took it like a fucking man. He lost.
Bitter,
and
that
was
pill.
it. Did he say that?
Yeah, he said that.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Ah, it's a bitter pill to swallow. I can't do an accent.
That's a bitter pill to swallow. Neither can I. But you know what I mean? Like he talked about it. He didn't run away from it. You got to address it head on. And to me, that knocks that demon down. Because he said these are very dark days for him. Poor Cormier.
Yeah.
He's probably very depressed.
Well, this is unbelievable. I mean, he's got to be just stunned by the whole thing. It's crazy.
Dude, let's just see how this plays out. It's going to be interesting, to say the least.